Welcome to the lecture on fair data principles and fairness metrics. Today, we will explore how these principles can be used to transform data management and sharing in your research. Let's dive in. FAIR stands for Findable, Accessible, Interoperable, and Reusable. Introduced in 2016 by Wilkinson and colleagues, the FAIR principles address key challenges in data stewardship. Their goal is to make data freely available and easily usable. That will benefit both the scientific community and the individual researchers. When data is fair, it's more likely to be reused, leading to higher citations and broader impact. Findable is the first pillar. To achieve this principle, you need to assign global unique identifiers like digital object identifier to your data. Describe your data with rich metadata, for example, sampling in locations or lab method. Ensure metadata explicitly links back to the data identifier. Register data in searchable resources such as repositories. Remember, without the proper metadata, even the best data is like a book without a title in a large library. Accessibility ensures data can be retrieved, even if it's no longer available. Key points of accessibility include use standardized open protocols, such as HTTPS for data access. Metadata should persist indefinitely, even if the access to the primary data is restricted, for example, due to privacy considerations. Here, I would like to give some pro tips. Store your code on GitHub and share preprints to enhance accessibility. Interoperability means data can talk to other systems, but how can we achieve that? We should use standard format, for example, comma separate values. Tag data with controlled vocabularies or ontologies, so computers and humans can understand it. Avoid using jargon. Clear language bridge gaps across disciplines. Reusability is the ultimate goal. Therefore, please ensure your data has a clear usage license, for example, CC BY. Includes detailed provenance information, which just like a recipe, so others can replicate your work. Conforms to field-specific community standards to ensure immediate usability and reproducibility by other researchers. Well-documented data saves time and fuels new discoveries. Despite the benefits we have mentioned, there are also some challenges. For example, no universal search engine exists for research data, forcing researchers to navigate disconnected repositories. Long-term data preservation incurs prohibitive cost, risking loss of valuable datasets over time. Closed ecosystem formats generate interoperability challenges, effectively locking data within specific platforms and limiting its broad utility. Incomplete or missing metadata renders datasets invisible and unusable, like books without titles. Here's a bonus question for you. What barriers have you encountered in your own work? Next, I'm going to talk about the fairness metrics. Fair principles are aspirational. Using fairness metrics can help gauge the progress. Good fairness metrics should be clear, realistic, and measured. For example, does metadata include a license? Good metrics should also be universal, applicable across all fields. Tools like the FAIR evaluator can provide actionable feedback. Next, let's explore concrete examples of FAIR maturity indicators. Those are benchmarks that measure how well data align with each FAIR principle. For Findable, there are two key indicators. First, does the data have a globally unique identifier, like a document object ID? Second, is the metadata richly described and indexed in a searchable repository. Without this, data becomes invisible in the digital landscape. For accessible, we check if data uses open standardized protocols like HTTPS or APIs, and whether metadata persists even when the data itself is restricted. This ensures traceability and long-term availability. For interoperable, data must use shared vocabularies like the match terms in biology and the structure format, such as JSON-LD instead of PDF tables. This acts as universal translators, enabling cross-discipline collaboration. Finally, reusable data requires three pillars: a clear usage license, detailed provenance, and the community standard format. This transforms raw data into a trustworthy, reusable resource. Now consider your own dataset. Which of these indicators do you already meet? And where could you improve? Services like the Fair Evaluator assess resources against the metrics for each principle. The benefits of using this tool includes identifying gaps, so for example, missing identifiers, and guiding improvements. I highly encourage you to test your own dataset with these tools. For further reading, please explore the seminal papers by Wilkins et al. 2016 and 2018 under the Go FAIR initiatives. Let us know how you can apply FAIR principles in your next project. See you in the next lecture.